On Sunday for the annual Shamrock Run.
Yeah, shave some time off your personal record. This morning we have some tips to running a faster race.
So if we're going to bring in tips,
Chris.
we need to bring in Chris McGinnis, not only a traffic genius, but a runner himself. I think you're doing the 15K this week?
15K.
Beating
Okay.
McGinnis.
It's like the just tradition. Got to stick with the 15K.
So give us one good tip to start off this segment for runners.
Pace yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't don't go out off the line at 4-minute mile pace for the first 100 meters because you're going to pay for that later.
Gas out, yeah.
Yeah, and I think also the uphills and the downhills. I think you're going to climb about 450 feet if you're doing the 15K and the half marathon. So just know that you've got that ahead of you.
And we'll get to that in just a second, actually, because we're going to pick your brain on the up and down hills. So I guess let's go through some of the other tips we have.
Okay, here we go. For starters, let's talk about that warm-up you mentioned, Chris. Even if you're doing the shorter 5K, we suggest walking around a bit or do some light jogging.
Well, we don't know anything.
We as the people that wrote this script that I am reading for you here this morning.
We don't know anything.
Hey, no, I know enough to tell you to warm up.
Okay.
I'm not going to run, but I would tell you to warm up. It helps so you don't get hurt. Yes, of course. Plus, your muscles will also be ready to go when it is time to do some actual running.
Okay, so the 15K, now there will be some uphills and downhills. Many. Form is
450 feet
really,
of climbing.
yeah, form is key here. So,
Yeah.
Chris, so what are your tips on that?
So I'd say with the uphills, just slow and steady. Just pace yourself and maybe tighten up your strides just a little bit. As far as the downhills are concerned, everybody's like, oh, you made it. You got to the downhill. Don't overstride. You overstride, that's how you get injured. Right? So just kind of tighten up the stride a little bit on the downhill and you'll still run fast.
Okay, and this one goes along with pace yourself to finish strong. You don't want to come out of the gate, sprinting. So once you hit the halfway mark, start to pick up the pace. Passing runners will give you that boost of confidence. And for the last quarter mile, sprint to the finish line. Is that your advice? Is that what you do?
Well, I mean, if you're racing.
If you got that extra gas in the tank to do it.
There's a great fitness running coach out there. His name is Jack Daniels. He's a PhD. He is
I know Jack Daniels.
This is for real.
Not that
He's no running coach.
He's a PhD in exercise physiology. He's a longtime running coach. Has written a number of books on running. And what he always said was, run the first 2/3 of the race with your head and the last third with your heart. Right?
Nice. That's great.
So that's sweet.
You put your it's sweet when you're reaching down. When you're dry heaving into the finish line. But that's running with guts.
Good luck to you, buddy. You're going to do great on Sunday.
I have run from Jack Daniels, but
and with the help of Jack Daniels.
That's a whole different story.
With that Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Hey.